Serrano, Prefecto, Cobrada a la Cadira, démosle la bienvenida al Père Jesus Serrano. Please welcome Prefect Jesus Serrano.
Good morning, everyone. For those who don't know me yet, my name is Jesus. I'd like to start off with a short story. We have this man, a very busy man. His name is Carl. He always had a lot of work, always had something to do. Anyways, so Carl is driving to work one morning, and he's stuck in traffic. He decides to turn on the radio. On the radio, he hears this conversation between two men. He quickly becomes interested and listens carefully. It went something like this. Well, Tom, it sure sounds like you're busy with your job. I'm sure they pay you well, but it's a shame you have to be away from home and your family so much. Hard to believe a young fellow should have to work 60 or 70 hours a week to make ends meet. It's really too bad you missed your daughter's dance recital. He continued. Let me tell you something that has helped me keep my own priorities. And that's when he began to explain his theory of 1,000 marbles. You see, I sat down one day and did a little math. The average person lives about 75 years. I know some live more, some live less, but on average, 75 years. Now then, I multiplied 75 years times 52 weeks, and I came up with 3,900, which is the number of Saturdays that the average person has in their entire lifetime. Now stick with me, Tom. I'm getting to the important part. It took me until I was 55 years old to think about all this in any detail. He went on. And by that time, I had lived through over 2,800 Saturdays. I got to thinking that if I lived to be 75, I only had about 1,000 of them left to enjoy. So I went to a toy store, and I bought every single marble they had. I ended up having to visit 3 toy stores to round up 1,000 marbles. I took them home, and I put them inside a large, clear plastic container at home. Every Saturday since then, I have taken one marble out and thrown it away. I found that by watching the marbles diminish, I focus more on the important things in life. There's nothing like watching your time here on this earth run out to help get your priorities straight. Now let me tell you one last thing before I sign off with you and take my lovely wife out for breakfast. This morning, I took the very last marble out of the container. I figured that if I make it until next Saturday, and I have been given a little extra time. And the one thing that we can all use is a little more time. It was nice to meet you, Tom. I hope you spend more time with your family, and I hope to meet you again here on the band. This is a 75-year-old man. Thanks for listening to us, and good morning. That same Saturday, Carl woke up nice and early and decided to take his wife and kids for a family breakfast. It had been a long time since they spent a Saturday together with their kids. On the way back home, Carl stopped by the nearest toy store. He had to buy some marbles. Mr. Van Eekert was the one to introduce me to this nice little story. It really got me thinking. Literally, after hearing it, I just sat there for a couple minutes and just thought about it. I immediately identified myself with Carl. Always busy, always has something to do. And I'm almost 100% sure that all of you here can identify with him too. Really is a very demanding place. So here's what I did. I too did a little math and found that we have 36 weekends left this year. There are 36 weekends in between today and June 11th, which is pricey. But I'm in grade 12, and this year our graduation is a couple weeks early. The grade 12s only have 34 weekends left at this school. 34 weekends in between today and May 25th. Unless someone chooses to do a PG year, 34 weeks is all the time that we have left in the school, ever. Now you may be thinking, why is this guy thinking about the end of the year already when it's only September? Why is he thinking about it? Did he actually count all the weekends we have left? Yes, I counted them. And the reason why I'm thinking about this is because I want to make the most out of the time that I have left here. So I went out, and I collected 34 little rocks from the American quad, and I put them inside this jar, right here. Now, as I was filling this jar, I was using smaller rocks. By the time I got to 26, the jar was barely half full. And I didn't really like that. I didn't like how it looked. So the last few rocks I put in were a little bigger. And it made the jar seem full. and it made me feel a little better. But this doesn't change the fact that it's still only 34 rocks inside this jar. Numbers are still numbers. It's really happening. The timer has started, and the time is starting to slowly run out. So I think, what am I going to do with my 34 rocks? I want to be able to remember. Just like all the alumni that were here a couple days ago, people that graduated 50 years ago still have crystal clear memories of this place. I had the privilege of sitting at their table, the class of 1963, during the governor's dinner, and I just listened to some of their stories. Seems like it was yesterday, they kept saying. I have been here for 3 years already. This will be my 4th. And I think I've already created lots of special memories in this place. I want to share a couple of these with you. When I arrived in grade 9, my goal was to do something different than what I could do back home. When I started, living in the same room with a person that I had never met before, being without my parents, without my family, and speaking a foreign language was already a huge change. But I wanted a little more. So here's some of what I've done. First, I joined the choir. During my grade 9 and grade 10 years, I was a part of the choir. This was something that I would have never done back home. But I wasn't back home, so I gave it a shot. I had my own choir gown, and I was a part of the tenor section. I wasn't very good at it, and that's why I'm not up there anymore. But I tried, and I was part of the Christmas Carol service, and I went to the CISMS festival, and did something very different than I was used to. My first relationship, I had it at school. And I think that's something pretty special to remember from here. I've met tons of new people. I found several very special friendships. The boys in MSO. These guys are like my brothers, and I would have not met them if I hadn't been written. I can count on them, and they can count on me. In fact, during the March break of grade 10, my good friend Hank invited me over to spend the break with him. He lives in Hong Kong, and I got to travel to the other end of the world thanks to the friendships that I found in this place. I found 2 of my passions in this school. I learned how to play the saxophone in grade 9 music, and I just loved it. I played in the jazz band and the cadet band, and whenever I have a chance, because I just enjoy it so much. Being able to produce music is such a beautiful thing, and I found it here. I also discovered rowing here, a sport that I love. I had always done swimming back home, but when I came here, I decided to try something new, and I went into rowing, and I loved it as well. It has taught me how to push my limits and aim to get better every day. And I want to keep doing these things for as long as I can. Even these things, the key cards, they're amazing. Like, I remember seeing security guards open doors just by swiping the key cards and thinking, well, that's pretty cool. And then I came to Ridley and I got one for myself. And whenever I used it, I would think, well, now I'm pretty cool. Small things like this, I also want to remember 20, 50, 70 years from now. So I look back and I see all the things that Ridley has given me. So starting this weekend, I will give back 1 rock every weekend. I have done a lot of things with my time here already. And I look back and I feel happy, I feel satisfied, and I feel proud. But I'm not done yet. I still have 34 weeks, 34 rocks left. We have 34 rocks left. My challenge to you, when there are 10 rocks left in your jar, there are 5 rocks, 2 rocks. When you're taking that very last rock out of your jar, be able to look back and feel happy, satisfied, and proud of what you've done here. What will you do with your time here? Have no regrets. Thank you.